Hello and welcome to the Demo Jam for December 19th, 2020. We are talking about 2020 apps on the AppExchange. Joshua, it is almost the year 2020, and we're going to see some new stuff. We're going to see some stuff that you guys should be trying out in 2020. I just made mention of him. Well, I should say who I am. My name is Jeff Gross, and I'm a Salesforce MVP. I am joined by my, as always, friendly co-host, Joshua Hoskins, and our friend from the AppExchange, Amanda Nelson. Hello, you two.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, I'm ready for this. I think it might be the last demo jam of 2019, last demo jam of the decade, Jeff. What do you think?
Wow. We are going to ring in the new decade by making a fantastic demo jam for December 2020. I just did a demo jam yesterday. Actually, Joshua did one today. You're right. This probably is the last one of the decade. This is kind of weird, but we are going to have a good one today. And you all in the audience can follow along live on Twitter using the hashtag DemoJam. It's pretty simple, but you need to see who our participants are today. We have got with us Formstack, OwnBackup, Chargent, ringDNA, and Vertex. Now, a demo jam is not a demo jam without the rules. And to share those rules with us, I've got Joshua. Go ahead and tell them what we do here at the demo jam, Josh.
I think it's pretty funny that these rules have been repeated at least a couple of times in the last 24 hours, and they're still the same. So each demo jam contestant will get 3 minutes and only 3 minutes. They'll have a warning at 2 minutes and 30 seconds to be exact, and pulled off stage at 3 minutes on the dot. Demo contestants are allowed to use 0 slides, so that means no slides. And as always, there'll be one winner with bragging rights and a trophy to be delivered to their office and perhaps put on someone's desk as the Demo Jam winner for December 19, 2019, as we discussed, last Demo Jam of the decade, which is pretty amazing. And yeah, ready to get started. Jeff?
All right, so I am going to ring in the first of our demoers today. This is Chargent. Chargent Payments for Salesforce has been a trusted payment solution on the AppExchange since 2008. Chargent makes it easy to add credit card, ACH, direct debit, recurring billing functionality anywhere inside of Salesforce. You can capture revenue faster. You got to eliminate duplicate data entry because nobody likes duplicate data. You can improve your order and invoicing process by adding payments and get better control of payments and easily manage everything 100% on the Salesforce platform. Chargent includes connections to 30 different payment gateways, as well as integrations to Salesforce billing and other kinds of financial software. So in other words, lots of folks need this. And to share exactly what that demo looks like today, we have got longtime AppExchange and community friend Micaiah Filkins. He is president of sales and product at Chargent. Micaiah, are you out there and can we hear you?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that great introduction.
All right. Well, your 3 minutes begins now.
Awesome. All right, everybody. So today we're going to take a look at this as Doggy Daycare. All right. So hopefully a lot of us have furry friends that we love and care for. And sometimes, of course, you have to take them to the daycare. So in this case, Amanda Shires is going to bring in her little pooch, Clea. So we're going to start off by sending Amanda a payment request. So payment request is effectively just an email that goes out. I'm going to pop over here. And if I pull up this payment request, I can see the Doggy Daycare logo. Everything looks good. I'm going to click through to my payment link. So we support, you can fully customize these. So you can even do like kind of an e-commerce light. In this case, we're doing pretty much the thing it was designed for, which was to prove that I can't type under pressure. No, which was to be able to basically take payment for a quote, an invoice, or something similar, where the customer goes in and puts it in themselves. So you can see that it's checking. It says, hey, you know what? We know that's not a real credit card number. You want to try again. And the form likes to be orange until it gets something good. Then we know we're good to go with green. I can also see that it tells me automatically that I am a Visa card here, and we are good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and click charge. So this is running off. In this case, I happen to be using Stripe, but as that excellent introduction said, we support about 30 different gateways. I'm gonna close that up and go back into my email just to show real quick that of course we support receipting. What kind of payment processor would we be if we did not? Okay, I'm gonna jump back over here into the opportunity. So we can see a couple of things. So first off, I'm just going to be able to go look at this payment request. And if I look at the payment request, I'm going to be able to see that I have an order attached and that it has been paid. So let's see here. And the main thing I want to really take a look at is, since we've paid the initial amount, I don't know, there we go. There's the charge that just went through here at 10:06 a.m. All I'm going to do now is I want to set up the recurring. So at the end of the day, CLIA's owner, Amanda, comes back and says, hey, I love you guys. I want to bring her here every day. And so for that, we're simply going to set up our recurring payments. And the beautiful thing about this is it's kind of a set it and forget it model. Once you oh man, this trackpad. Once you set that up, you're not going to have to think about it again. So I'm going to do a monthly unending, and I'm going to put it out for 1 month from now. And that's it. I'm done. I'm going to click next. And boom, I can see everything's been set up. Validate it. Boom. I get my success message. I bet you could guess I'm going to get another email. That's all I want to show you guys today. Doggo Daycare in under 3 minutes. We went and took the initial payment, used that payment source to set up recurring payments. So now CLIA has a happy home while I go to work.
There you go. There you go. Ruth rang it in, and you're right, the demo is over. But you know what? You did show us a ton of functionality in that amount of time. And there is a chance that because my dog is not in daycare, you may hear Pippin throughout somewhere here in the demo jam today. But Pippin's upstairs. She is probably going to bark a little bit somewhere. But here is what's really important is when we think about the ease of being able to take payments, because it is so much about being able to automate the processes within Salesforce. So whether it's a service demo, whether it's a service use case, or whether it is e-commerce or sales or any other reason that why we need to take payment, the ability to be able to tie that in quickly, take it, validate all the information that you have there, turn it into a recurring payment is, well, not only convenient, but it's a business necessity. And I could imagine a lot of folks out there who may use payment systems today that are not integrated to Salesforce. They know the pain that it is to go through other systems, switching context, not having it all recurring right inside of Salesforce. And now, of course, every time you put a payment in there, you're going to be able to report on that data. So now, whether it be standard Salesforce reporting or Einstein analytics, anything like that, you're going to have a lot more insights about it. So, Micaiah, I like what I see, but what we got to do now is we got to turn it over to Amanda and find out what our audience has as a question for you.
Uh-oh, I hope they take it easy on me. Let's see.
I know. Let's see. Amanda, what do you got?
They love the demo. And while you were demoing, we asked our audience what their dog's name is. If you have a dog, so we've got a couple different names here. We've got Hunter and Brady. My dog's Cooper. And apparently all of these dogs love the demo. They thought it was perfect,
Yes. Well, I hope they can vote.
All right. Well, the question for you today is, can you schedule payments with Chargent?
Yeah, it's a great question. We love it. Yeah, absolutely. You can schedule payments with Chargent. It's quite simple. In fact, you already saw the user interface in the demo. You'd simply just go into recurring, and when I'm going to edit this recurring, all we'd have to do is just set it once, and boom, there you go. You've got a scheduled payment.
Nice. That makes it simple. You can put it out there in the future, and good job, man. Micaiah, it's good to have you on the demo jam today. Nice job.
Thanks,
I'm
guys.
going to give it over to Joshua. Who have we got next, Josh?
Thanks a lot, Jeff. I want to say hello to Formstack. So Formstack is next, and they are a workplace productivity solution built to transform the way that people collect information and put it to work. Formstack's data collection offerings, which includes its flagship online form solution, its native Salesforce app, and its offline survey features, help businesses easily collect all the information they need. Formstack also offers advanced workflow functionality, payment processing capabilities, automated document and contract generation, and a suite of advanced application integrations that are the lifeblood of many businesses. Today, to show us all of that and then more in less than 3 minutes is Francis. Francis, are you out there?
Yep, I'm here. Thanks for that lovely introduction, Joshua. Yes, so Formstack does do a lot of things, and I'm going to try and cover a lot of that in the next 3 minutes. So whenever you're ready, is the time started? I guess so.
Yep, time starts now. Good luck.
All right. So as a leading workplace productivity solution, Formstack understands the difficulties that Salesforce admins face when it comes to data collection, document generation, as well as electronic signing. Now, we can help solve some of these problems by providing a complete suite of products that will allow you to easily request, generate, and sign documents seamlessly on one single platform. So for example, let's say that I wanted to set up a new process that's going to let my customers request a mutual non-disclosure agreement with my company. They could do this by filling out a simple form online. Once they submit, the Formstack form is going to automatically sync that request to Salesforce. Upon syncing, it's also going to trigger the generation of the non-disclosure document through Formstack Docs. Once the document is generated, it will automatically send that document out back to the customer for signing. We can see that come in here. The customer can easily go through and sign the document with a click to sign, or there's options for signing through email, there's options for signing through text. And once that document is signed and submitted, the signed document, as well as all tracking information and a signing certificate along with that, is sent back into Salesforce to be stored as part of that contact's account. Now, let's take a look behind the scenes to see how all of this is set up within Formstack. Formstack itself is meant to be a bunch of products that are really easy to use. They're all point and click, drag and drop, and really simple to work with. So as administrators, you would start off by setting up your form for the data collection. This is within our 100% native form builder inside Salesforce. The form builder gives you the ability to recognize your internal Salesforce configuration, all of your objects, relationships, field types, validations, and pull that onto the forms automatically. So essentially, building out a form becomes as simple as finding a field or an object that you want to work with, double click or drag and drop it into the form, and everything is already set up and mapped for you. Once you have that set up, you can go in and add your style, branding, logos. We've got tons of point and click options in there to help you out with that. Maybe start with a template, add your own logos, titles, headers, footers. You've got point and click options for everything there. Once the form is set up, you can choose to generate your document.
And not so much.
All
So
right.
time's up, Francis, but definitely wanted to thank you for showing us what you did. Just to recap just a little bit of what we saw here. The one thing that I did see is that it's very much so seamlessly integrated. The fact that from one screen that you can see all of the different touch points within inside of Salesforce, but also link out to your form builder to actually build your form is actually great. And the drag and drop feature makes life a whole lot easier because it's auto mapped and you can bring in templates. So wanted to call out those features because I definitely think they take a lot of weight off of the admin's shoulder, just kind of remap and it just overall makes the end users give the ability to submit feedback fast, do document generation accurately, and store all that stuff on the record as needed. So thank you very much for showing us all of those things. Amanda, what questions do we have out there for Formstack?
Yes, thank you. Great job on the demo. Remember, you can ask your questions right here in the chat or on Twitter with #DemoJam. The question we have is, what about compliance issues? Are you, for example, HIPAA compliant?
Absolutely. That's a question that comes up a lot with healthcare organizations and even financial services, public sector, people who are concerned about how their data is stored and processed. Our Formstack solutions have a completely native offering, which is completely built on the Salesforce platform, in which data can be stored and processed 100% in Salesforce. There's no third-party servers. Even Formstack doesn't have access to your information. That is the most secure solution that we offer, and it's compliant with most of the security standards that your Salesforce instance is compliant with.
It's really great to hear, considering Salesforce's number one value is trust. So definitely appreciate your platform being secure. Jeff, we're
Yeah.
ready for the next person. Who might that be?
Well, I got a couple of people. I got Winfield and I got Isaac, but you got to know who these guys are first. They are from OwnBackup. OwnBackup is a really highly rated app out on the AppExchange under IT management in the category of backup. I mean, this is totally important when you got to trust your data is going to be there when you need it. Well, they offer independent backup recovery, replication, and management of all of your data from Salesforce. It's the solution to ensure that you never lose data while you're operating in the cloud. This all sounds great, guys, but you know what? I want to find out what's the importance of backing up your Salesforce data. Go.
Well, thanks for the introduction. And that's honestly a really good question. And the reason is that in the event of a data loss or corruption, it could actually take the user weeks or even months and cost up to $10,000 to get their data back if they don't have the right backup and recovery solution in place. Why don't we pull up our holiday campaign and open up the OwnBackup fact sheet?
Sure thing, Isaac. Let me just pull that up now. And wait, hold on. Isaac's not here.
What do you mean it's not here?
I don't know, tell you it's not here.
What do you? I mean, let's roll with it.
Isaac, it's not here.
We should check the backups.
Awesome, good idea. You know what? Let me do that. I'm going to jump over to our OwnBackup independent app over here. And this is our multi-org dashboard where you can see all of your different environments in one place. So let's click into the org that was affected and actually view the visual graph. So I can filter on campaigns, check that out. And if I take a quick look, there seems to be a campaign deletion literally today. Isaac, do you have any idea why this campaign might have been deleted?
I may or may not have done some cleanup yesterday.
It's always with the end users. But lucky for you, and lucky for me, right before the demo jam, I can fix all of these things. For example, I can check out these campaigns and actually run the restore job. So I'll start this process right here to get this campaign back into Salesforce.
Amazing. So one of the key things about OwnBackup is that we restore the records as well as their relationships. We analyze the data that you'll see here, and even though only one campaign was deleted, we may have lost attachments. And that would probably be the fact sheet that we're looking for.
That is correct. And let's get this started. So it might take a minute or so to actually execute.
All right, awesome. So while that's running, can we show some other features? Our find utility is a great way to search the archives.
Yeah, absolutely. You didn't even have to ask, honestly. I was going to go there anyway, because our find utility is a great way to search all of our backups. So all you have to do is select the org that was affected and choose the time frame of all of your backups to see when that record last existed. So Isaac, if you think you lost this snapshot today, select that backup, and then we can search for a keyword like holiday. And once that's done, you'll be able to take a look at all these results.
All right, wow, that's so cool. So that'll search all the backups within the specific time frame and present all the results. And hey, that's our file right there. How's our restore looking?
You know what? Good point. I almost forgot about that. So I'm going to jump over to our search here and take a quick refresh. Here's the campaign. And as the elephant is running, our fact sheet as well.
There it is. Apparently you are. You know, guys, this is some important stuff that I think of the role of an admin who's going to be called upon to say, hey, something happened to the data. What's going on here? Somebody might have clobbered it. And, you know, you do have to have trust in your people, but people do make mistakes. And sometimes something like that holiday campaign may go away. And it's not just important to get back the record, it's important to get all the other related objects to it. As you said, the files, everything else. And the other side of it is, I think from what I saw there, you showed the console where you're looking at all your data across multiple orgs. It's not just about having it from one place. And it's a pretty good looking interface. So not only do you know where your data is, you can see where it went, where it's, but who did what to what, where. And Isaac, you probably are not going to get fired now. At least I'm hoping not, because you were able to get the data back. But I can see this being extremely useful for so many people out there, because mistakes happen and you can't stop your business just because some data goes away, because the day goes on and you got to get your data back. So OwnBackup looks like the place to do it with. Amanda, what have we got for the guys for our questions from the audience today on OwnBackup?
Yeah, and that was a great demo. You know, my palms always get a little sweaty because I'm like, oh, is it going to happen in time? And then it always does. I need to get used to that, because usually a happy story. But great job. The question we have from the audience today is, does this work offline?
By offline, I assume by Salesforce being offline. Is that correct? Or I'll take it as that. So yes, the question is if the question is if Salesforce is offline, can you still use our tool? Yeah. So we are an independent app outside of Salesforce. You can access our UI, which you guys saw very easily, regardless of the status on Salesforce.
Man, so that makes it not only from a failover and a disaster recovery, if something happens with Salesforce, which, it hasn't happened in a while, but nonetheless, you can get to your data and you can be ready to fail over and access your data when needed. Great job, guys. I appreciated having you here, but we got to move on. Don't anybody go anywhere. You are needed for voting later. Joshua, who is our next contestant today?
Absolutely. Thanks. DNA revenue grew AI. ringDNA offers a complete solution for sales management, sales playbook, execution, performance insight, conversation intelligence, and much more. The ringDNA Salesforce AppExchange package delivers real-time insights into 26 actionable team and individual sales metrics that help managers and reps discover what's working across the entire sales team. With us today, we have Jonathan, who's going to get to business and in 3 minutes or less, hopefully demo all of the things I just did. Jonathan, are you out there?
I am, and I should be joined by my colleague Kevin as well. So hopefully Kevin can join here on the audio.
Hey guys.
All right, perfect.
Right, Kevin and Jonathan, over to you. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Good morning, everybody. So my name is Jonathan. I work here at ringDNA. I'm joined by my colleague Kevin. For the purpose of the demo today, I will be acting as a salesperson. Kevin will be acting as a prospect.
So I'm Kevin. I run a sales team of 60 reps, and I'm looking for a Salesforce integrated inbound and outbound sales engagement platform. ringDNA is shortlisted as a vendor that I'm evaluating, so I'm going to go to Google, search for ringDNA, call their main line in hopes of connecting with a sales rep.
Perfect. I'm Jonathan. I'm the sales rep here. You'll notice on our website, Kevin has found the phone number here. He's actually going to call into that phone number, and that's identifying one of our 5 core products, which is called marketing call tracking. In this case, that's going to allow Kevin to place an inbound call, which I'll pick up here in our ringDNA intelligent dialer that's designed to be integrated directly back with Salesforce. Here comes the inbound call. I'm going to go ahead and accept it. What's great about ringDNA with the marketing call tracking piece is that down here, where I'm highlighting with my mouse, I get context as a sales rep as to where Kevin actually came from. In this case, he came from a Google organic search. Additionally, in the intelligent dialer, I have a call scripts feature on the right, which can be popped out to a sales rep to provide them context to say, hey, Kevin is an inbound prospect. He came from Google. Here are the items that you might want to talk about. Additionally, if this call is being recorded, which ringDNA can do, we can also flag it for coaching here in the top right, utilizing our conversation coaching AI platform, which we'll show you here in a moment. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this call with Kevin. On the right-hand side of the dialer, we have a call tools widget to go ahead and log my notes as well as the outcome of the call. I talked to Kevin. Additionally, this was an inbound lead, so I may want to rate this lead and provide some feedback to the marketing team to say, hey, great job, guys. This was the type of lead that I want. By saving this activity, this will post it back to Salesforce seamlessly against the activity record. I can also set a follow-up task seamlessly from the dialer in order to follow up with Kevin to send him the contract to buy ringDNA. On the right-hand side of the dialer here, you'll now see the activity history populating. If you recall, we also set the follow-up task and it's appearing there as well, as along with Salesforce. Finally, we flagged the call for coaching. I want to show you our Conversation AI tool. The call was recorded. Our Conversation AI tool here is able to provide context on the conversation as I scroll down, color-coded by who was actually doing the talking during the call, red for me, blue for Kevin. Our analysis is also able to pick out keywords and topics that were discussed. And there's also a place down here in the bottom right for a sales manager to leave their notes or potentially annotate the call here at the top. You can create libraries of calls to hand to new reps as you hire them or train your current reps that you already have. As you can see here, we're able to handle inbound leads. We also have a platform called Sequences built into Salesforce to handle all your outbound prospecting as well. Appreciate everybody's time, and that's ringDNA in a nutshell.
Awesome. Way under 3 minutes, just by a bit. So thanks so much for showing all that. Great job on the demo. Just really evaluating what you're able to show in 3 minutes or less, and it's a lot to take in. And I'm going to have a crack at giving you what I am really excited about. One thing is traceability. I feel that miss out on is when they have inbound calls, really understanding where that call actually came from, because there's no traceability. So the fact that you can see that right here, it's easy and handy to get to. I do actually love this widget actually being outside the browser because it's so functional. The ability to pop out and see a call script or to log your call notes and disposition call. And right here, you didn't demo this as well, but I love the fact being able to really see the related records that are attached to that phone call, because that gives you that 360-degree view of really that customer and that prospect there for you. And I love the fact that you have the play button right there, so you can always see what that conversation was prior to having a callback. And what's cool about this and that feature is because, obviously in sales organizations or anytime you're in phone contact, it's very easy for you to have turnover within your organization. And so the fact that people that are newer to the organization, or maybe a manager that needs to go back and coach a call or see exactly what was said to have another outcome, they will actually be able to listen to that call recording to be able to provide feedback, or to be able to understand where that customer is actually at from a sentiment perspective, as well as the sales cycle. So all of that stuff is really, really helpful, and the transcript that you have there, it really is comprehensive. And again, it's all available just a couple clicks away from Salesforce. So thank you for showing all of that to us. But we do have to go over to Amanda to understand what our audience is thinking in terms of questions. Amanda?
Yes, thank you. That was a great demo. I like all the colors, but I also like capabilities as well. It's just very cheery and happy demo. Questions are still coming in. One of the questions is about different types of calling technology. So could you track from, if you were calling from Facebook or WhatsApp or anything like that, or is it more traditional phone numbers?
Yeah, we would be able to track where the lead source came from if you're using our marketing call tracking tool. And for this purpose of the intelligent dialer, you would be dialing inbound and outbound to traditional phone numbers only.
And Kevin here, I wanted to add to that. If you're doing outbound calling from clicking the call from external websites like Facebook or a company's website, we also do log the source of that click into the activity in Salesforce.
Great to know. That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you very much. Great demo. Jeff, over to you for our last one. Guys, hang on in there because we're going to give you an opportunity to vote.
Exactly. We need all of you guys here to vote for the winner. And to get into a category called, well, it's a category, it's a product called Vertex. And this delivers some really interesting stuff that, well, who likes taxes? Most of us don't like taxes, but you know what? These guys can make it really work well inside of Salesforce. So Vertex partners with Salesforce to deliver a powerful connector that enables tax calculations right inside of Salesforce. E-commerce, billing, quoting, all that stuff enables accurate calculations of sales and use tax on every transaction in every jurisdiction, which is not only challenging, it can be a headache, but I think Jackie Donahue is going to show us that it doesn't have to be a headache because Vertex can take care of that for us. Jackie, are you out there?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Well,
So
fantastic.
yeah,
Glad to have you here. Let's start your 3 minutes now.
okay. Thanks. So I'm going to show at a high level how to set up Vertex and then show how it generates the tax amount. So it's easy to just go into the Vertex configuration section. You set up the links where it connects to do the calculation. You set up the company addresses, and then what you can do to map over to use the fields from Salesforce to go into the transaction that goes in to do the tax calc. So in this instance, I have the account address that we're mapping into the destination so that the tax calc can be calculated. The next thing that you guys can do is, oh, and I can't get there from here. Sorry, it was not letting me go there. Once you have all the mappings done, you can go into Process Builder and trigger the tax calc from wherever you are. So if you go into, oh, and I spelled it wrong. I will tell you this is my first demo because I've just started becoming the solution owner. So in here, we set up that when you're in an opportunity and you enter the quantity and the total, then it will trigger to do the tax calculation. So once this is set up for the process, you can go into sales. And one thing to make sure of is I'm going to be selling something to Burlington Textiles. So what we do is the addresses that are in here, you can see here it was scrubbed by Vertex, so the address as flagged as complete. So one of the things, if it didn't have the +4 for the zip code, which would give it a more accurate tax calculation, it'll generate that. So once we know that we have good addresses, we can go into an opportunity, and then we can add another product. And add a quantity because that's one of the requirements that we have, and save it. And then when we look in here, we can see that the tax amount was generated and added to the total. So that's kind of it.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that that's it because you came in right on time. And I tell you what, Jackie, the dealing with taxes and where exactly materials are being delivered, all that kind of stuff, that is definitely a challenge. And I, being a consultant, have seen that out there in the field before. And the options out there are very complicated, but Vertex takes it down to a level that anybody can do this. You can integrate it directly into Salesforce. It goes against all of these different objects. You're able to calculate it properly, and even being able to build it into Process Builder so that you're ensuring that you have the quality of the data that you need in order to make sure that we're calculating the right tax, that we're collecting it properly. And yeah, it just takes a lot of the headache out of that. And certainly, this is something, if folks haven't looked at Vertex before, you definitely need to check it out because it will alleviate a lot of pains within the business processes. So thanks, Jackie.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
We're gonna run over to Amanda. And what do we have for a question for Jackie today about Vertex?
Yes, and congratulations on your first demo jam. You know, it's It's never easy, but it's fun, and you just get better every time, you know? OwnBackup's done it a million times, and they're very polished. So it all depends. And it's always good, too, to have a mix of new and existing demoers, because you never know who's going to win. So the question is, what if you're selling multiple products to multiple locations? Can Vertex help calculate the different rates across those jurisdictions?
Yes. So we, part of the tax calc engine, we have up-to-date regulations set up in O-Series for every district and location in the United States and Canada, and then also in EU. And I believe we're finalizing like Brazil and Argentina, India, China. So, you know, we're covering a very large gamut, and especially in areas where tax calculations can get pretty intricate, like California and Colorado. Yeah.
Well, and Joshua, you're over in India, so Vertex is coming your direction, my friend.
Cannot
All
wait.
right,
There's
well,
a lot of stuff that needs to be calculated over here. Easy and
yes.
efficient. Fast.
All right. Well, Jackie, thank you so much for doing the demo today. I am going to give it over to Joshua to tell people how you can vote, because your vote counts here, and we want to see who's going to win the demo jam for today. Tell them about it, Joshua.
All right, everyone. Just about now, you should see a poll from the GoToWebinar. It will be on your screen. All you have to do is select the radio button next to your favorite demo and press the submit button. Easy as that. While we wait for you to do this, Jeff and I are going to chat just a little bit.
Yeah,
Jeff,
exactly.
sounds like
So,
you did a demo
Joshua,
jam, I did a demo jam, so there's lots of
I
demo jams
know.
happening right now.
Basically 3 demo jams in the last 24 hours between this one and India and New York City World Tour. And our good friend Nick Panter, if you guys haven't met this man from Canada, he's a little bit outspoken on occasion, and he came along with some bling to be in holiday spirit. So he and I did a little bit of beard decorations with some well, I guess I
Ornaments.
would just call them ornaments. Yeah, I mean, they're very tiny ornaments, but it was quite fun. We had a good time there. We had 5 demoers out there. You know, sometimes those gremlins get in there, and it can be a challenge when you're doing, well, anytime you're doing a live demo, anything can go wrong. But you know what? We all had a fun time. It was a great turnout at New York City World Tour. Joshua, tell them about where you are and were today, where you did a demo jam before this one.
So today I had the honor and pleasure of hosting the demo jam in Bangalore, India, at India's first TDX conference. So TDX is a developer conference that historically has been just in San Francisco for the last couple of years. It's more developer focused. I on one hand find it a lot easier because I'm developer minded to go to Trailhead DX, and with India being a large focus of developers in the region, Salesforce graciously decided to host an event, and the turnout was amazing. It looked just like it would in Moscone West, giving all the developers in India and folks who decided to come along, a Dreamforce-like experience. And we also had a demo jam to hold true to what we do at conferences, and lots of fun. There's definitely a lot of buzz in the air. We pulled in a great crowd in the theater. I was presenting with Shruti, and she's a women in tech leader here in India, and it was just an amazing feeling felt by all just before they wrapped up their first day. So we do have a second day tomorrow, but geez, what a way to end this decade with 3 demos in 24 hours. Can't say that's gonna happen again in a long time.
It probably won't, but I bet you, I was thinking about this, the fact that Salesforce chose to bring Trailhead DX over there and be able to have a conference where it's a lot closer to a whole, I don't know, swarm. I'm not sure what to call them, but there is so much talent over there in India with developers, with admins, people who really understand the platform and the way that Salesforce has been able to build out an economy around the jobs and the needs that there are for helping businesses fulfill the mission and the purpose that they're out there for, India has played a huge part in making that possible for so many different companies. And Joshua, you happen to live over there in India, so that's your, that's kind of in your, well, it's a big country, so I won't say it's just in your backyard, but it's definitely a lot closer to you than heading out to San Francisco. And I'm sure a lot of people appreciated the ability to be able to participate in a conference that many of them may not have had the chance to go to before, right?
Indeed, just as it's at Dreamforce and any conference that you'd expect to go through, in the Ohana or within the Salesforce ecosystem, whether it be Dreamforce or community conference. In my opinion, it was one big fat family reunion. I mean, we do have a lot of events over here in India, like India Dream In and Jaipur Dev Fest and things like that bring us together a couple times a year. But to really have a Salesforce event where Salesforce is double downing on the experience and education for developers within the region, as well as businesses and organizations, is just great. And there's a lot of learning, a lot of fact sharing today. And I got to see people that I've worked with on past projects, as well as some new people as well. So it was definitely a well-received event. And let's see what comes of day 2.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad that you had a chance to be there. And Joshua, do you know what I've got now? I got the winner. I know who the winner is, and I'm going to reveal it in just a moment here. The winner of the last Demo Jam of the decade goes to Chargent. Congratulations, Chargent. You guys did the demo. Maybe it was the dogs. I can't say. Maybe it was that. Maybe it wasn't. But you did definitely appeal to the audience. And you guys want to come on and say a little bit of a, thanks to the audience for voting for you.
Well, hey, everybody. I want to say thank you so much for this is our very first Demo Jam. And so it's an absolute honor that you chose us. And I want to say thank you to the humans as well as the dogs that voted for us. You're all important. So thank you so much. It was a real pleasure and honor to be here today, guys.
If anything happened there, I don't know if the dogs got a little assistance, but nonetheless, you did have a compelling demo. So I think it was probably the humans who did the voting, but nonetheless, great job with that, Micaiah.
Cheers. Thanks,
well,
guys.
Amanda, do you want to close us out and tell us how the year is ending, what we've got to look forward to next year?
I will. So congratulations, Chargent, and congratulations, everybody, today. You all did a great job. You closed out not only 2019, but the decade with a bang. So thank you so much for being a part of it. And thank you, everyone, for listening. You can watch this on YouTube. Our AppExchange channel will be live with the video in less than 24 hours. You can also tune in January. You've already registered, so same time, same place, every third Thursday. We will be talking about new solutions for the year. So that'll be really exciting, get you going. That is January 16. And we hope you have a great holiday, a great new year, and close the year strong. And have a good one. Thank you all from AppExchange. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy holidays.